Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner were two names that, at first glance, didn't seem to fit together. However, their partnership became one of the most profound and cherished in Hollywood history. The connection between them wasn't just about their work on the iconic 1992 film, The Bodyguard, but about mutual respect, trust, and deep personal friendship. When Whitney tragically passed away in 2012, it was Kevin Costner who stood at her funeral and shared heartfelt words, reflecting on their journey together. Though rumors about the nature of their relationship circulated over the years, Costner remained focused on his truth and how much Whitney had impacted his life both professionally and personally. Bright day. Charshri or Gregsour Agentatiyo. Shottigard. In 1992, The Bodyguard hit the screens and quickly became one of the most successful romantic dramas in cinema history. But the making of the film almost didn't happen. Originally, the script had been written with the legendary Diana Ross and Steve McQueen in mind. The script faced numerous rejections, being turned down 67 times by various studios. It was only after Kevin Costner's breakout success with Dances with Wolves that he revived the project. As a newly minted star, Costner had the power to bring The Bodyguard back to life. However, he had one major condition. The co-star had to be Whitney Houston. At the time, Whitney was a superstar in the music industry but had no acting experience. Despite the risks, Costner believed in her and wanted her by his side. Overcoming doubts. Whitney's hesitation. At first, Whitney was reluctant to take the role. She feared being judged and criticized harshly by the public and critics, especially since acting was unfamiliar territory for her. She expressed concerns that her lack of experience might make her look foolish in front of the world. It wasn't until Kevin Costner personally reached out to her, convincing her to trust him and take the chance, that she agreed. This decision marked the beginning of a journey that would change both of their careers. While Whitney's insecurities loomed large, Costner remained steadfast in his belief that she had the talent to pull it off, even though she had never acted before. The screen test, a moment of vulnerability. The first hurdle for Whitney was the studio's demand for a screen test before they would approve her for the role. Costner wanted Whitney for the part, but the studio had doubts. When the day of the screen test arrived, Whitney was overwhelmed with self-doubt. She spent time alone in her trailer, feeling unsure of herself and fearing failure. In a heartfelt moment, Costner later revealed that he had been tempted to help her pass the test, even if it meant bending the rules. However, he decided against it, realizing it wouldn't be fair to her or anyone else. What happened next revealed Whitney's true character. She applied heavier makeup hoping to look her best for the camera, only to have it melt under the studio lights. It was a humbling moment for her, but it was also a glimpse into how much she cared about doing her best. A shared understanding. Behind the scenes of The Bodyguard. Despite the struggles, The Bodyguard became a massive success, earning nearly $500 million worldwide. But for Kevin Costner, the magic of the film was in Whitney's performance. He never hesitated to share that with anyone who would listen. At her funeral, Costner delivered a touching tribute to Whitney, telling the world that she was not just good enough, she was extraordinary. He reflected on how she performed I Will Always Love You, a song that became iconic not just because of the melody, but because of the raw emotion Whitney brought to it. Interestingly, this song was never intended to be in the film. The filmmakers originally chose What Becomes of the Brokenhearted. Looking back, Costner believed that Whitney's rendition of I Will Always Love You was the perfect choice, bonding over shared history and personal stories. Whitney and Kevin's friendship wasn't just based on their work together. They bonded over shared experiences, particularly their upbringing in the Baptist church. Costner often shared stories of his mischievous youth, sneaking around during church services, and Whitney found them both hilarious and endearing. These moments of laughter and connection deepened their bond, and for Costner, it was clear that their relationship went beyond just professional collaboration. It was a genuine friendship friendship rooted in mutual respect and a shared understanding of the pressures they both faced in their respective industries. A friendship beyond the spotlight. When Whitney Houston passed away, Kevin Costner took to social media to share his grief, calling her his one true love. His emotional statement was not about romance, but about the deep admiration and care he had for Whitney as both a person and a professional. Costner later explained in interviews that his words referred to the bond they shared during the making of The Bodyguard and the years of friendship that followed. He revealed that he had written letters to Whitney when he learned she was struggling with addiction, hoping that she might reach out for help. Though he never received a response, Costner's devotion to her never wavered. At her funeral, he spoke of how painful it was to see her constantly question her worth when, in his eyes, she was nothing short of an icon. The legacy of The Bodyguard, Whitney's impact on the film. For Costner, the success of The Bodyguard was a testament to Whitney's unparalleled talent. She was the heart of the film, and her presence elevated it beyond a typical romantic drama. The song I Will Always Love You became more than just a soundtrack. It was the emotional core of the film. Costner recalled that there were moments when he would look at Whitney on set and be in awe of how much she gave to her performance. In his tribute to her, he expressed how she set the bar so high that even seasoned professional singers hesitate to attempt her songs. It was a reflection of the profound impact Whitney had not just on film, but on the world of music as a whole. Saying goodbye, the heartfelt eulogy. At Whitney's funeral, Kevin Costner stood before the mourners and delivered a powerful eulogy, speaking from the heart about his deep respect and admiration for her. His words were simple, yet profound, acknowledging Whitney's greatness and the impact she had on both the film industry and the music world. He described her as heaven's newest treasure, expressing that even God must have wondered how he created someone so perfect. Costner's farewell was not just to a colleague, but to a dear friend, and his final words, "Don't worry, you'll be good enough," were a reminder to everyone that Whitney Houston had always been more than enough. The friendship between Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston was one of Hollywood's most unlikely and beautiful stories. It wasn't defined by tabloid rumors or the pressures of the spotlight, but by genuine friendship, trust, and mutual admiration. In the years following the success of The Bodyguard, their relationship continued to flourish, with Costner always speaking highly of Whitney's talent and character. While their time together was tragically short, the impact of their work together will be remembered for generations to come. Whitney's legacy lives on in her music, and Costner's tribute at her funeral was a testament to the deep respect and love they shared as friends and collaborators.